ladies and gentlemen. My name is Makhotso Lekhooa, and I'll be presenting to you evaluation of Leonitus, leonurus, and Gomphocarpus fruticosus extract for adenosine A1 and A2 receptor affinity. Leonitus, leonurus, and Gomphocarpus fruticosus are indigenous South African plants that have been used across communities in order to alleviate depression-like ailments. However, there is limited scientific data to validate these claims. On the other side, inhibition of adenosine A2 receptor and activation of A1 adenosine receptors produces antidepressant-like behaviors. And more research has indicated that adenosine receptor A2 antagonists have been found to reverse adenosine-mediated depressant effects. Hence, the aim of this study was to evaluate the binding affinity of the two plants towards red adenosine A1 and A2 receptors using radioligand binding assays. In terms of the methods, leaves were extracted with 6 different solvents with varying polarity using an ultra-sonicated method. Brain tissue was harvested from rats, and the membrane was separated using ultracentrifugation. This was followed by protein quantification using the Bradford protein assay method. Briefly, rat membranes were incubated with a known A1 or A2 and radioligand antagonist under set conditions, which was followed by filtering, and it was measured by liquid scintillation. The specific binding was defined as a total binding minus non-specific binding. And furthermore, the GTP shift was determined. Regarding the data analysis, descriptive statistics were done by GraphPad Prism software, and data here was reported as sigmoidal dose response curves from which IC50 was calculated, and this was used to determine the inhibition constant of the extracts. In terms of the results, Figure 2 is a schematic representation of the adenosine receptor to affinity by the leonurus acetone extract, which had an affinity of 0.963 milligram per ml. Whereas the Gomphocarpus fruticosus DCM extract also displayed a selective A1 receptor with a constant inhibition factor of 6.83 milligram. And looking at figure 3, A and B, it is the leonurus methanolic extract that had a 5-fold greater affinity towards the A1 receptor in comparison to its hexane counterpart, which only had an inhibition factor of 0.176 milligram per ml. And when you look closely at figure 3, A and B, you can see that the GTP shift value was approximately 1, which is indicative that both these two extracts they are A1 antagonists. In conclusion, the extracts showed moderate adenosine receptor activities, and these findings are the initial step in evaluating the potential of the leonurus and the Gomphocarpus plants as adjunctive phytotherapy towards managing either depression or anxiety. However, a combination of other in vitro assays, computational analysis, in vivo studies, and profiling of isolated compounds is required for in-depth evaluation. Thank you.